Kelce gives a little push and comes back with it right here. Kelce gives a little push and comes back with moving the chains.
That formation. Kareem Hunt takes it and gets the first down. Another third down confirmation. Kareem Hunt.
Punch his ass again. Punch him again. I want to punch him. Let me punch him. I would have punched his ass too. You need to be punched. Probably knock your brain back in your mouth.
Takes it and gets the first.
So we just slapbox it? This man Kelce just got pieced up, yo.
It might probably knock you back into, you playing football. Oh, nah, you should have punched his ass back. You goddamn, Travis.
Gets the first down.
Alright, number 90, you better watch out. All the Swifties gonna be in your IG comments now. Why'd you hit my girl's husband?
What happened? Is Taylor Swift that good? Is it that good that you don't know how to play no more?
Travis Kelce is used to taking hard hits on the football field, but no one expected him to take a slap that would send shockwaves across the NFL. In a heated matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers in São Paulo, Brazil, Kelce found himself at the center of a jaw-dropping moment that fans can't stop talking about. What started as a routine block quickly escalated into an all-out confrontation, leaving Kelce stunned, the referees scrambling, and social media exploding. And while the Chiefs are no strangers to high-stakes drama, this latest incident added a layer of humiliation that could follow Kelce far beyond the game itself. But this wasn't just about football. The slap came with controversy, online mockery, and even questions about where Taylor Swift fits into all of this. The scene unfolded during the third quarter, with the energy inside the stadium already at a fever pitch. The Chiefs were grinding for every yard against a hungry Chargers team desperate to snap their losing streak. Travis Kelce, always in the middle of the action, locked horns with defensive tackle Teair Tart on a crucial block. What looked like a routine collision suddenly boiled over. After feeling Kelce's shove, Tart's frustration erupted in a moment no one saw coming. He raised his hand and delivered a brutal slap across Kelce's face. The sound echoed, the crowd gasped, and for a split second, even the commentators seemed stunned into silence. NFL games are known for hits, tackles, and bone-crunching contact, but an open-handed slap? That was something completely different, something almost personal. It wasn't about stopping a play, it was about sending a message. And in that single shocking moment, the spotlight shifted from the scoreboard to the confrontation that would define the night. The reaction was instant. The referee's whistle pierced through the noise of the São Paulo crowd, followed by a flash of yellow flying through the air. The slap wasn't just shocking to viewers at home, it was a blatant violation of the rules, and the officials wasted no time flagging Teair Tart for unnecessary roughness. The 15-yard penalty was costly, but what really stung was the message it sent that the Chiefs had gotten under the Chargers' skin, and Tart had lost control. Fans expected Tart to be ejected for the strike, but surprisingly, the officials ruled that the slap, while excessive, didn't meet the threshold for disqualification. That decision alone sparked heated debates online, with some fans arguing the NFL was letting a dangerous precedent slide. On the field, though, the Chiefs' rhythm was visibly shaken. Instead of turning the penalty into momentum, the offense looked rattled, and the Chargers seized the opening. They tightened their defense, turned the crowd's energy in their favor, and began mounting what would become their most impressive push of the season. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce was caught in a strange position. On one hand, he'd drawn a penalty and technically helped his team gain ground. But on the other, he'd just been humiliated on national television, reduced to a viral clip before the game was even over. For a player used to dominating headlines with his athleticism, this was a different kind of spotlight, one that had fans asking whether the Chiefs could hold their focus after such an unexpected turn. And as the drive ended without points, it became clear that the slap had done more than sting Kelce's face. It had shifted the tone of the entire matchup. If the slap itself wasn't enough to light up the sports world, what Teair Tart did afterward took the drama to an entirely new level. Rather than letting the moment fade into the chaos of a heated game, Tart decided to fuel the fire by mocking Kelce publicly. Just hours after the final whistle, he jumped onto Instagram and posted a clip from the legendary Chappelle's Show sketch, the one where Rick James delivers his infamous line, "What did the 5 fingers say to the face?" followed by that over-the-top slap. The message was clear. Tart wasn't embarrassed about the penalty, he was reveling in it, turning what could have been a black mark on his game into a viral punchline. The internet exploded instantly. Some fans found the post hilarious, saying it showed personality and confidence in a league that often takes itself too seriously. Others called it unprofessional, accusing Tart of disrespect and poor sportsmanship. Memes spread like wildfire across Twitter and TikTok, with fans editing the slap into highlight reels, turning it into GIFs, and even overlaying it with music to make the moment even more absurd. Within hours, the slap wasn't just a game day controversy, it had become a cultural moment, part of the endless cycle of NFL drama that dominates social media every week. For Tart, the attention only boosted his reputation as a player who thrives in the chaos, someone unafraid to lean into the villain role. But for Travis Kelce, it meant the humiliation wouldn't stay confined to the field. Instead, it followed him online, magnified through every meme, every joke, and every replay. And as the internet debated whether the slap was comedy gold or a cheap shot, one thing was undeniable. This clash had gone far beyond the scoreboard. While the slap stole the spotlight, its ripple effects stretched far beyond that single play. For the Chargers, the penalty could have been a momentum killer, but instead it energized them. They played with fire, feeding off the drama, and used that surge of energy to do what many thought was impossible: end their 7-game losing streak against Kansas City. The Chargers' defense suddenly looked sharper, more aggressive, almost as if Tart's slap had flipped a switch for the entire roster. The Chiefs, on the other hand, appeared rattled. Their offense, usually known for calm execution under pressure, couldn't quite find its rhythm in the aftermath. Each drive felt heavier, like the weight of that viral moment was sitting on the shoulders of every player in red. Travis Kelce still managed to haul in a crucial touchdown, proving his resilience and reminding everyone why he's one of the league's most dangerous tight ends. But even that shining play couldn't erase the narrative that was forming. Instead of headlines celebrating his score, the sports world was buzzing about the slap. Clips of his touchdown ran, but only after replays of the slap dominated broadcasts and flooded timelines. In the end, the Chiefs fell 21-27, a loss that cut deeper than the scoreboard suggested. Not only had they dropped a winnable game, but they'd also given the Chargers the storybook ending they'd been craving. The slap became the defining symbol of the matchup, overshadowing stats, strategy, and even Kelce's on-field success. And as analysts broke down the loss, the conversation kept circling back to the same question: had that single moment of chaos shifted the balance of the entire game? As the drama unfolded on the field, fans couldn't help but notice another major detail. Taylor Swift was nowhere to be found in the stands. Over the past year, her appearances at Chiefs games have become almost as talked about as the games themselves, with cameras constantly cutting to her reactions, her cheers, and the way she seemed to bring an extra spark to the team's energy. But in Sao Paulo, she was a no-show, breaking the pattern that many fans had come to expect. And in the aftermath of the slap, that absence became one of the biggest talking points. Was it fate that she wasn't there to witness the chaos? Or did her absence somehow play into the Chiefs' struggles? Online, the theories spread like wildfire. Some joked that if Taylor had been in the crowd, Teair Tart never would have dared to slap Travis, while others suggested she might be his lucky charm, and that without her, the Chiefs were doomed to fall. Swifties jumped into the debate too, pointing out that she usually only attends home games and reminding everyone that her schedule is packed with rehearsals and commitments. Still, the timing was hard to ignore. A heated scuffle, a humiliating viral moment, and a crushing loss all happening on the very night she decided not to attend. It felt like something out of a script. For Travis, the absence may have been a relief in one sense. No one wants their partner to watch them take a slap in front of the world, but it also raised a bigger narrative. Was Taylor's presence more important to the Chiefs' momentum than fans initially believed? The whispers of her being his good luck charm only grew louder after this game, adding another layer to the already wild story. And with the Eagles' matchup looming, fans are already asking one question: will Taylor be back in the stands? And if so, can her presence flip the energy back in Kansas City's favor? With the sting of the Chargers' upset still fresh, all eyes now shift to what comes next for the Kansas City Chiefs, and more importantly, for Travis Kelce. The schedule doesn't give them much breathing room, as their next matchup is a blockbuster clash against the Philadelphia Eagles at Arrowhead Stadium. It's a game already packed with storylines, from the Eagles' dominant season to the Kelce brothers' ongoing rivalry that always turns into a family affair. But after being humiliated by an open-handed slap and mocked across social media, Travis enters this battle with even more pressure on his shoulders. Fans aren't just waiting to see if the Chiefs can bounce back. They're waiting to see how Kelce personally responds to being turned into the punchline of the week. Inside the locker room, the Chiefs know they can't afford distractions. The AFC is crowded with contenders, and dropping back-to-back games could shift playoff seeding in ways that haunt them later. The Chargers game exposed cracks in their composure, showing that even a team as seasoned as Kansas City can be thrown off its rhythm by unexpected chaos. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes will be looking to steady the ship, but much of the spotlight will inevitably fall on Kelce. Will he shake off the embarrassment and channel it into dominance, or will opponents now see him as vulnerable, a target who can be baited into emotional moments? Then there's the added intrigue of Taylor Swift. Speculation is already swirling about whether she'll make her return to the stands for the Eagles game. Her presence has become a storyline the media can't resist, and many fans believe it has a psychological effect, not just on Kelce, but on the entire team. If she's back at Arrowhead, it could be framed as her showing support after one of the toughest nights of his career. If she's absent again, the whispers about her influence and timing will only grow louder. One thing is certain, the slap may have been a shocking moment, but the way Travis Kelce and the Chiefs respond in the weeks ahead will determine whether it becomes a forgotten meme or a turning point in their season. In the end, what should have been remembered as just another hard-fought regular season game turned into something entirely different. Travis Kelce, one of the NFL's most dominant and respected players, became the unwilling star of a viral moment that blurred the line between comedy and chaos. The slap heard around the stadium didn't just sting in the moment. It reshaped the narrative of the entire night, overshadowing his touchdown, clouding the Chiefs' performance, and fueling endless debates online. Teair Tart walked away embracing the villain role, leaning into the mockery and solidifying himself as a headline maker. Meanwhile, Kelce walked off the field carrying more than just the weight of a loss. He carried the eyes of the sports world watching to see how he'd respond. But this story is far from over. The Chiefs now face their biggest test yet, both on the field against a powerhouse Eagles team and off the field in the court of public opinion. Will Travis use this humiliation as fuel, silencing critics and reclaiming the spotlight for his performance rather than a viral slap? Or will the memes, the jokes, and the endless replays become a shadow he can't quite escape? Add to that the question of Taylor Swift's presence, whether she'll be back in Arrowhead to support him, or whether her absence will continue to spark speculation. And you've got a storyline that feels bigger than football itself. One thing is certain, fans will be watching, waiting for the next chapter in a saga that proves once again, in the NFL, the drama doesn't stop when the clock hits 0.